Hello and welcome to The Bowl Show, all thanks to Bowls Australia and powered by Drinkwise and Aero Bowls. We are in the thick of the BPL20 Finals action. Unfortunately, we've lost Melbourne Extreme and the Adelaide Pioneers from the series, but the Sydney Saints, Val, as I welcome you into the program, have taken this tournament like nobody's business. How are you?
They've been unreal, haven't they, the Sydney Saints? So good. And the fans have been awesome. Anthony Cotty's brought heaps of people up to Pine Rivers from St John's. And I'm also good, by the way, Jordan. And how are you?
I'm very good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this one because we're down to the pointy end now. We've only got 3 teams remaining in the BPL20, so we're right at the thick of it. We'll get to our feature match in just a moment, but of course we are here all thanks to Aero and their Actuality logo. You can personalise your set of Aero bowls with any logo you wish. Aero's patented process prints onto your bowl permanently in full colour, so be sure to visit Aero Bowls and get your hands on these premium bowls. Val, let's open with some bowls news from around the world, all thanks to OMF. Better sleep, better performance every match, every day. And Bowls Australia's national selection panel have selected the squads set to represent Australia at the Lion and Merlion Cups in Singapore in July. Who are we sending to Asia, Val?
Yeah, this is going to be really cool. Looking forward to seeing how it all goes in Singapore, Jordan. And we've got the men's pairs, Corey Wedlock leading up for Lee Schreiner in what is a heavyweight team. Looking forward to seeing how they go. Then Jamie Lee Warsnop and Dawn Heyman. The under-25 men will see Jack McShane, who is a superstar and a budding star of this sport, and Kane Nelson, who's also a legend. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they go. And the under-25 women, Olivia Cartwright and Jessica Tell. For the Merlion Cup, which is the week later, this is a para event. Carolyn Nelson and Cheryl Linfield will head over for the women's pairs, and then Brett Sellers and Chris Flavor will head over for the men's pairs. So a really strong Australian contingent heading up to Singapore.
Excellent. Great to see Aussies heading all around the world. We saw a team over to Cyprus last week, we mentioned. Now team over to Singapore.
As we get a ticket for one.
Well, which one would you choose, Cyprus or?
Cyprus as a stopover. Oh, sorry, Singapore as a stopover, then to Cyprus.
Smartly done, see? Yeah. That's why you're the smart one here. As we move on to our next segment, it's time for Have You Heard? All thanks to Audica. Be hearing healthy with Audica. What have you got for us this week, Val? What have you heard?
So just for the clubs out there, Jordan, I really want to encourage them to get to the Bowls Australia Resources Hub. So in partnership with ClubMap, Bowls Australia have got this for all clubs out there. You can go to bowlshub.clubmap.com.au. You get access to webinars and resources that are going to be to the benefit of your club. There's been a lot of webinars already, but this is so important for the growth of clubs going around. It's just amazing, all of the stuff that is on there. There's been, I think it's been over a year now, a year's worth of resources that have gone into it. There's plenty to unpack in there, so please go and have a look. And if you have any questions, please contact your club support manager, so you can go to bowls.com.au for all of that.
Excellent stuff, thank you. Let's get stuck into today's feature match on the Bowl Show as we relive the action from the 20th edition of the BPL in November. Last week, the Sydney Saints secured their first ever finals win in their first BPL tournament. So today we see if it's the Sydney Lions or the Tweed Ospreys who go into the final from this match today, and who must face the Saints for the second spot. That'll be played next week on next week's show. But Val, firstly, for today, let's have a look at the lineups, all thanks to Right at Home. The Right Care, Right at Home, Australia's premier in-home care provider.
Well, this was a bizarre one because nobody knew what to expect from the Sydney Lions with a new lineup. Brett Spur coming in, Nathan Black coming in, and then the evergreen Karen Murphy under coach Steve Glasson. But they've been brilliant, finishing on the top of the table. Nathan Black's superb. But then you've got the juggernaut, that's the Tweed Ospreys. Aaron Tees, Chloe Stewart, Corey Wedlock, and Wayne Turley, the consistent trio and coach. So looking forward to seeing how they go out there and who's going to come out on top.
All right, our coverage of the BPL20 Qualifying Final begins right after this short break, so don't go anywhere. You're watching The Bowl Show. Welcome back to The Bowl Show, all thanks to Drinkwise. You won't miss a moment if you drink Wise, and Aero Bowls. We are here at Club Pine Rivers for the qualifying final of the BPL20 tournament between the Sydney Lions and the Tweed Ospreys. Let's crack into the action.
Fine, leading option for the Lions.
It's a good start again.
Once more, yeah.
Yep.
Trail the jack for another. Karen Murphy's locked in.
She's just making this look easy, isn't she?
He sure is. Corey Wedlock will pass for the Ospreys.
Yeah, it's a really good reply. Just finished in nicely behind. Really good second shot.
I enjoyed watching these two, with Nathan at skip and Karen at lead, and just, you know, the dynamics of the player-coach relationship at the international level too.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's funny because you wonder whether Blackie's a bit nervous, you know, playing with Kaz, all her experience, and she's his coach as well, but it just seems to really work well, the two of them.
It sure does. Karen with another perler.
Corey Wedlock. I'm not sure, has he got the legs to get there? Oh, wow, look. It's falling short, but it's only a foot away from the jack. He's had two great bowls, but Karen's just all over it.
Call for Karen to use the target before Tweed does.
Either hand, you just sort of probably better there, but don't play. Either hand.
That's it. Outstanding three bowls by Karen Murphy. Or the Hall of Famer, as they're calling it.
I like that one. Big night on Monday for Karen Murphy. Corey Wedlock in the area.
Well, he's got the shot out of it. He's done the job.
Plenty of R&T's cardboard cutouts at Club Pine Rivers.
There are a lot of R&T's heads around the building.
Nathan Black. Likes it.
Yeah, this is in a good area. Oh, I don't know if he's got the shot, but he's done well. Another one in the area. Another one to work with his next bowl.
R&T's just a little under.
Well, Blackie, we got to celebrate his birthday with him yesterday. Well, I haven't got the result that he was after, but it's given him another one out to the side.
Didn't have a chance of hiding his birthday either, did he? I mean, you always want to celebrate 21 when it comes around, but some of us like to keep it to ourselves. The whole crowd sang him happy birthday.
Yeah, there was definitely no hiding it when you're been the man of the tournament so far.
A pinball for the Ospreys. It's still the Lions, I think. One bowl each.
Yeah, the Lions are holding, but they've only got the one bowl in there now.
Tracking it down. It's going to find the gap. Does it have the weight? It doesn't. Still with the Lions.
Still with the Lions.
You just got to draw it there. Get that. Good. Gotcha.
I was interested to see whether Corey felt there might be a way that R&T's could try and get that bowl out, but it seems locked in there, so going to try and draw the shot. He's in the area.
Teasy with a barrier to use.
Oh,
Can't
wow.
trail it. He was in the area. He knows that was so close. Another single shot ends. Sydney take the lead.
He only needed like the finest of touch, and it was going to give him the angle to get back to the jack, but just found the gap.
wonder if we see a power play here on the fourth ends. It's been in the fifth ends every time, hasn't it, through the first two matches?
Something about finals night. Everyone wants to save the power play to the very end.
We're going to take a quick break here on the Bowl Show, but stick around for more action on the other side. Welcome back to the Bowl Show, all thanks to DrinkWise. You won't miss a moment if you drink Wise, and Aero Bowls. Let's get back into the Bowls action.
You want to know what you're working with going into the final end. Karen Murphy again.
She has used up some toucher spray this event. She's going to over-touch it to the markers, I reckon.
Lovely from Corey. And those Sydney Lions fans to her left, just lapping up everything that Karen Murphy is putting down.
There is quite a sea of green in the grandstand.
Yeah, big New South Wales contingent all round. The Saints, a lot of fans here too.
So Corey Wedlock, this is what he does so well. He's just blocked back that one. Holding two.
Not going to slide by. Back bowls will come into play, you'd think.
Yeah, look at him, hand direct in from Aratiz. It's so loud in here, it's difficult for the players to hear. So he said to Corey, draw to this one, you roll that one, or you roll that one, it's good. Yeah, it's a good home.
Audica, the official hearing partner of Bowls Australia for BPL20. Here at Club Pine Rivers. Nathan Black's ranked in the top 5 for conversions as a skip this week. There you have it.
There's one of them.
That is pretty stuff from Nathan Black. Drawing right onto the jack for the touch-up. Lions snatch one back. Teasy loading up for weight. Wayward.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that, but got to run with his first one. He's still got 2 bowls left to try and get the shot back. He's close again, Nathan Black. Just got to get inside them. Oh, it's close. It's at least third, even if it's not second. Which is good in the context. Guarantees can pluck the ball out.
Back to the draw.
A tighter line.
Lions will know the power play is coming. Draw for a second.
said, that is much better. He's managed to knock that ball over, so it just sort of takes away just the landing option. Guarantees. It's still the shot.
Delicate, perfectly weighted. Guarantees. Not going to get there. So the Lions with one from the ends. What it will mean with the power plays activated, the winner of this end, they can either tie it, the Ospreys, or the Lions will take it.
And again, we see a double power play on the last end. It's the theme of the night.
Like,
Surely someone's got to change it up at some stage, Carla.
Yeah, well, Clive's always hoping someone plays a power play on the first end. There's no inkling of that tonight.
No. It's an interesting tactic. I mean, obviously now for the Lions, the power play is ineffective. It's another great opener from Kaz. But they just, clearly these coaches want to know what they're working with going into the final end.
Yeah, and it's funny. We've seen power plays on the last end, but not this many. Not as many as we've seen in these first three games.
Corey, the reply.
She's just getting them away so smooth at the moment. Karen Murphy. It's almost like she can't be outside of a metre. She's playing that good.
Spot on.
Corey, I don't know if he's got the weight this time. Got a bit of a cheer from the crowd, but I think he'd be disappointed. He would have wanted to have just reached or got to Karen's bowls just behind.
Karen Murphy. She completed her first set in style. But sneak by for another almost. Shot the way of the Ospreys. And Wayne Turley.
It's very well played, Corey Wedlock. Tweed holding to at the moment. Nathan Black, he's going to have something to say about this.
Nathan Black. Lets it go with some more power. These sides have excelled with the power plays in BPL 20, seeing them top of the table. They're equal first in defending it, equal second in using it themselves.
I thought he was going to go again, but looks like Kounelis to try and draw it. It's in the area. It is in the area. Nathan Black.
Masterful. And he salutes to the Lions crowd. Nathan Black is having himself a week.
Running weight, Aaron Teves. Oh, and he's crashed into it all. Do we respot it? It looks like when the Tweed bowls went back towards the re-spot. Not quite sure who's holding at the moment. Both skips, one bowl to come. Oh, and there's a lot of traffic to get through.
Isn't there?
Bowls went everywhere.
There's chaos. Needs it to hurry. Nathan Black, you bet. Right on it with the draw.
He's wasting no time, Aaron Tees. Oh, and he's missed wide.
The Lions take the first set. Nathan Black with a conversion off of the re-spotted Jack.
Stick around for more action on the Bowl Show after the break. Welcome back to the Bowl Show, all thanks to DrinkWise. You won't miss a moment if you drink Wise and Aero Bowls. Let's head back out to the rink.
And we are tied once more.
Anytime it's looked like someone might be a chance of getting a multiple, the opposing skip has played a cracker. It's just such a high standard that nobody's letting each other get more than a one.
Yeah. It is a sign of the quality of the match. Oh, he hasn't missed a beat.
So Tweed haven't been able to dictate the length of the end since N2 in the first set. So they finally have the opportunity to pick their length, and I'm not surprised they've gone something completely different. They've gone longer because the Lions are they're in control of the game. So Chloe's opted to go a full length end, change things up completely, see if we can change the momentum.
First time they've done so this entire week.
Yeah, it's not usually their go-to, but, you know, when the game's not going your way, you've got to try something different.
Carving under. Nicely done. These two sides have 3 of the top 4 leads so far this week. Ellie Stewart ranked 4th. Aaron Murphy ranked 2nd. They'll sneak through. And it's almost the shot as well. Great response from Chloe.
They've just been very consistent, haven't they, the front ends for this team, these two teams. It's what enables Nathan Black and Aaron Tees to play the big shots, because the leads are just setting them up with so many options. Well done, Brett Spurt.
Right on cue there, you're spot on. It's evidence of just how important the leads are. These two sides sitting 1st and 2nd.
Sea of green, wasn't it, in the grandstand?
It was. Just watching on, seeing who's going to break this deadlock first. wonder if we see Teasy reinserted in the back end of this set.
Blackie didn't like that one. Mind you, sometimes, you know, I don't like it and then it isn't too bad.
Oh, the amount of times that's happened this week.
Yeah, I feel we'll see Corey finish out this set. I think Aaron Tees wasn't feeling it, so he handed the reins over to Corey. Oh, wow, he was so close. It has helped for his next one. It's just made a bit of a bigger shelf to land on.
Closed off the gap ever so slightly. Quite his intention.
Corey Wedlock, he wasn't far away with his last bowl. Is he going to get the jack? Oh, he's falling out too.
And he's so stiff for Corey Wedlock. Just into the lap of the Lions.
I like it for 2,
Could it even be 2? There's the call.
Yeah, Brett Spur, he said he likes it for 2. Well, Nathan was following after this one. He's not got the legs though. Maybe he was following it to try and give it a bit of a kick and help it.
Measure for a multiple. It's taken 8 ends.
Two it is.
And surely now we will see the Tweed Ospreys power play. They lead 3 shots to 1, the Sydney Lions. For Wayne Turley and Tweed, the time is now. I know Clive Adams said earlier on that if it was up to him, if he was coach, he'd just let the power play go in the walk.
Yeah, he's a big fan of playing the power play early, but we don't see many teams do it all that often.
What's your philosophy on the power play, Clive?
Yeah, well, we will get there. We'll get there with early power plays one day. Someone's going to do it, and they're going to find that it works. But we will see. Carl Healy, how are you?
Yeah, great. Thanks, Clive. It's great to be here tonight. What an atmosphere.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like finals night, is there?
No, this is unbelievable. This is my first event here at Pine Rivers, so it's great to be here.
The crowd is absolutely packed. They're about 5 or 6 deep up on the balcony. There's not a seat spare over on the commentary side. It is outstanding, and you know, we're only halfway through big finals night.
Well, that's right. That's right. You know, with it's great to see the inclusion of new players coming into this, like Nathan Black and Brett Spur.
Yes. They've made an impact, haven't they?
Well, they certainly have, and you know what? They're challenging the teams that have been around for a while. Same as the Sydney Saints. You know, like a few of them. You know, Twisty and Dawn they've played in these events before, but they're really challenging these teams.
I'll tell you something I noticed earlier is Nathan was trying to decide what shot to play, and he was going to play weight, and Karen said, no, I think you can draw that, and he did draw it. And then Karen looked over at Glass and there was just a little knowing nod. It's almost like they're a proud mum and dad out there when Blackie's going well.
It's fantastic, you know, and I'm sure Blackie's learning a lot from them as well. You know, and that's what makes a great team, isn't it? Just the trust and, you know, the calling of the shots and just knowing that your player is good enough to play them.
Spurry's just dropped under the line there. So, yes, I don't know that we're any real clearer on who's going to win this one. We might be after this end because it's an Ospreys power play and they really have to win this end now. It is all in on this end, and Chloe's done a good job with her first two. I guess the idea with this one is just to get past, but she might work in off the outside. Not quite. So a good job from Chloe, but there is still a shot there for Nathan Black to be able to turn this in the Lions' favour.
Yeah, there's certainly no harm in arriving here for Nathan Black, but his weight control's been fantastic all week. Wouldn't be surprised if he draws a little front toucher.
Yeah, he seems to have liked this forehand side as well. When he's had to play the big bowls, often they've been down on this forehand side in this direction. He's narrowing in on the target again. Is it going to hold? Not quite, but he turned the Sydney Lions bowl. I don't think so. It's still one to the Ospreys.
It's still looking at that weight control. It was enough to turn that bowl. It was enough to get around and draw a front toucher.
He has been a standout performer, there's no doubt about it. You know, we don't see every game, but what he's done on the rink here has just been amazing. Just on the outside there for Corey. Aaron T's choosing to go to the bench. And that's the flexibility in your team. If you've got that flexibility, they have done that a little bit through the tournament. Corey has skipped his fair share of ends.
One thing that's very hard to do is change up a pattern, especially if you're going well, and sub a player out every now and again, especially if it's your standard skipper.
Nathan Black, Kounelis, what a shot.
Is that almost the front toucher I was talking about? Nathan Black's in sublime form.
Is this Nathan Black announcing himself full bore? We knew he was good. Corey Wedlock with a reply. Turning the Ospreys bowl past the jack. Just the wrong angle. That could have easily sat for 3 to the Ospreys, but just didn't quite get to the right angle. With opportunity, you know, that's what Nathan's been given, and it's actually the expansion of the competition that's potentially given Nathan that opportunity as well.
Absolutely. You know, with Twisty moving on and Aaron Wilson moving on, it's given him this opportunity, and you know, all you can hope for is an opportunity. He's taken it with both hands.
Just going to come up short here, but that might be a little by design if he can get down in the way. Well, he's blocked it off slightly. He's blocked off the path directly to the bowl on the forehand.
I think for Corey Wedlock here, it's maybe a touch firmer. It's no worse than one down at the back. So if he gets his front
as well. Yes, it is backhand. She's looking to get under to the Lions bowl. Remember, this is an Ospreys power play as this bowl comes in. No result, and
he could have dropped an extra one here.
He definitely has. That's going to be 2 to the Lions. Well, the Lions move to within touching distance of the big dance here at BPL 20. They lead at 5-1 with 1 end to play, and the Ospreys must somehow find 5 shots here.
Stick around for more action on the Bowl Show after the break. Welcome back to the Bowl Show, all thanks to DrinkWise. You won't miss a moment if you drink Wise and Aero Bowls. We now head back to our competitors on the green.
Now, they do have a kill up their sleeve, so they may be able to find 2 goes at this.
Yep.
But the first couple of bowls, when you're chasing a 5 in a respot format, are very, very important.
Yeah, well, it's that old tactic of you've got to make sure every bowl's reaching the jack, every bowl's passed. But it only takes sort of one weighted shot, and the jack can go back to the tee if it goes off the rink, or bowls can just explode off the rink. So you've got to be really tactical to pick up a number.
You can see the thought process was Corey thinking he didn't want to be short. The issue with that is sometimes you can fire it a bit long as well. That's okay where that's landed. Now he really can't afford to take that weight off. He's almost already got to start touching the jack, although Brett Spur has nudged it their way. Well, still an opportunity here for Corey, same weight.
It's great to see Brett Spur get an opportunity as well. Australian pairs champion. He's kicked a lot of goals. He's in the New South Wales squad with us, and he's been fantastic.
Yeah, he said earlier with Chrissy that Every time I've walked past Sperry, he's been smiling this week. It's that new to the BPL smile.
Yeah, he had his birthday earlier on this week, and I think we were the only team to knock them off. The Perth Suns were the only team to knock him off on his birthday.
Oh.
So sorry to spoil the parade, but pretty happy with that one.
Mate, a week of so close so far for the Suns. You know, a few more tie breaks go your way. 2 out of 8 in the tie break stat. So
that's just how close this format is.
It is.
You know, you're 2 or 3 tie breaks away from making finals most of the time. So it's been a fantastic week, and you know, with Blake and Chrissy playing for the Perth Suns, it's been a great week with them. It really has.
All right. Well, at this point, not a huge chance for 5 here, but there is still a chance, and I think you'll find Nathan Black will be heading round to that last Corey Wedlock bowl. Just put something around that, and it's going to make it pretty difficult for the Ospreys.
I think the benefit here for the Ospreys is Teesy's on the kind of hand, trying to draw down and trail the jack.
Okay, well, that'll be the attempt here. That hasn't dented the trail of the jack for Aaron Tees, so it's all about the right weight here. The trail of the jack's hard because the jack will run if he gets to it. He's close, just on the outside, but he's put another one in the zone. Pretty good. Must get a bowl. Nathan Black must get a bowl back to those bowls. Just wants to finish just inside those bowls. And he's going to make life very difficult for Aaron Tees.
He's done pretty well here, Nathan Blake.
That's almost spot on. So theory here for Aaron Tees is he's still got a chance if he can trail the jack and then sit that bowl out with his last. So
makes it a 2-bowl play.
Not going to get down, I don't think. He's got to the shot bowl and pushed that. So I think the next bowl that Aaron Tees plays is going to be a drive at the jack.
Well, if we're looking, I can't quite see the angle, but if you can get the jack and his back one through Brett Spur's back one, there's an opportunity. So I think Nathan will just be going for
another bowl behind the head,
probably closest to the tee.
Yeah.
Well, what we say, Teesy just be nominating the kill.
I would expect so.
Ball. Yeah.
So Nathan Black will be playing this bowl and hoping that it's the last bowl he needs to play in this one to find their way into a grand final. He's played weight to get to the back. He's found his way through there. I think we'll see a nomination of the kill. We'll just see if they can find a way, but I haven't seen the crossed arms just yet. Looks like there's a bit of
call for a timeout.
Doesn't look like we've got any nominations, so I don't think there's a place where they can find 5 shots, but he's already waved it away.
There's a chance that I'm not seeing with that sort of weight.
All right, well, that is going to be 1 shot double to 2, courtesy of the power play for the Lions, and they are going to book their place in the BPL20 Grand Final. What an achievement. Nathan Black, Brett Spur and Karen Murphy. Karen Murphy with an elevated role in this team with the 2 debutant players, essentially debutant players. Blackie's been here before, but only just.
Blackie's had a taste before, but what a fantastic performance, and they've been great all week.
Thank you, Carl Healy. The Ospreys will be back in a minute to have another crack at getting into the final, but the Sydney Lions are there first, Linz.
They are, Clive, and the man of the moment, Blackie, an amazing performance. The first team into our grand final.
Yeah, pretty good feeling. Just, get the win there and not have the pressure of winning the next game, so we can sit and relax and get back into it next game.
So the Mighty Lions, you're on a 9-game winning streak. Just something working really well for your team?
Yeah, just found our rhythm, I guess, and just having fun. That's all we're doing, and hopefully we can make that 10 in a row.
Love it, love it. Love that performance for the Lions. You guys are going so well. Go sit this session off and we'll see you for the grand final.
Nice, thank you.
What a match that was. Join us on the other side of the break for the Bowl Show Awards. Back soon. Welcome back to the Bowl Show, all thanks to Bowls Australia and powered by Drinkwise and Aero Bowls. And it was all about Nathan Black in the final, Val. He put on a clinic for the Sydney Lions.
A clinic is an understatement. He has been in fine touch, and fine is also an understatement because he's been perfection at this BPL. Like, first full tournament, and he's pulling out things like this on the TV rink. It does not get much better, and I cannot understate that this is one of the all-time BPLs that anybody's put together.
Well, let's recap some of his best bits from the match that we've just seen, Val, with our Bowl Show awards, starting with the play of the day. Thanks to Titanium Caravans, go off-road and off-grid in total luxury. There was many you could pick from, but what was the play of the day?
Well, spoiler alert, all the awards are Nathan Black today because these two at the end of the first set, my God. Like, look at this. So the jack is completely hidden away in between two tweed bowls. And Blackie, when he gets the trot going, Karen Murphy loved it, and so did Blackie, because have a look at that. And these Aero Actuality logos, I think I'm going to get some Nathan Black photos put on mine, because if he bowls like that, then my bowl should go like that. And look at the things he was doing here. Aaron T spills the jack out. He just has to, all Blackie has to do here is draw past the closest tweed bowl, which is a couple of metres past. It doesn't matter. I'll go draw it within a foot. No problems. Have a look at this. Just right on the money every single time. I cannot sing his praises highly enough.
Just to show us what he's made of. That was unbelievable from Nathan Black. And now the moment of the match, all thanks to Drinkwise. You won't miss a moment if you drink wise. What was the moment of the match, Val?
Spoiler alert, it's Blackie again. And have a look at this in the second set. It's a Tweed power play. There's still 2 ends to go, so Tweed have a real chance of nullifying things and sending it to a tie break. But have a look at what Blackie does here. Down 1, so that doubles to 2, so then it'll be level. Fred Ayub loves it there in the Lions camp, and who didn't love it at Pine Rivers that night? Because the things he was doing, it was just perfection every single time. So Nathan Black, hats off, my friend.
Yeah, a clinic, as we said, for the Sydney Lions. That's all we have time for today, but make sure to check out the entire Aero Bowls collection, including their Actuality logo. Personalise your set of Aero Bowls with any logo you wish. Aero's patented process prints onto your bowl permanently in full colour. You can do as Val's about to do and put a face of Nathan Black on the bowl. Now, one of our BPL20 finalists are set. So next week we'll see if the Sydney Saints or the Tweed Ospreys can punch their ticket into the BPL20 final. Val, thank you again for being with us.
Thanks, Jordan. It was great. And yeah, if I get one of Blackie's faces on there, I'm going to make sure I get one of those when he was smiling, because it doesn't happen much, but he was bowling that well that we got it done. But thanks, Jordan. I'll catch you next week.
Thank you, Val. We'll see you next week on The Bowl Show. The Bowl Show would not be possible without the generous support of Drinkwise. You won't miss a moment if you drink wise. OMF, sleep deeper, recover faster, perform stronger. Wake up refreshed, energised and ready to dominate every game.
Audica, your hearing is our expertise.
Right at home, the right care right at home. Australia's premier in-home care provider. Titanium Caravans, service your caravan with the industry leaders Titanium Caravans. Aero Bowls, the same line every time. And of course, Bowls Australia.